There are lots of reasons why companies come to us to help them with an Azure DevOps migration. Um, Mostly it's knowledge. So we've done a lot of migrations. I've done hundreds of migrations. I've done migrations up to Azure DevOps. I've done upgrades to servers over the years, beta servers included. Um, I've written code to move data in a custom way from one environment to another environment. And I've written and support code that allows you to standardize that process as well. So the main reasons that companies come to us is we've got a department or a product that we've sold to somebody else. So we need to get it out of the rest of our stuff and move it over here. That's one. We created one big project. I think I coined the term many, many years ago, one project to rule them all, right? So they created one massive project and they actually realized that they need to split it into two. So take one thing and split it into two. Or they created 20 projects and they realized that they're all interconnected and they should all be in one bucket. Those are probably the main ones. I've sold part of my company. I created too many things and I want less things. I've created not enough things and I want more things. So moving that data around. But also, we don't know what to do, right? This is our current state of what we've got. We want this. How do we get from here to there? Because it is really complicated to do some of the migrations and upgrades that people want, really depending on their context. So we do a lot of migrations where there's many, many steps to get all the way to Azure DevOps because the servers that their environments are on are crusty and old, and that's the best reason to do it, right? If your servers and your environments are crusty and old, then your teams that support them are not able to support them, right? So you don't want to be running them yourself. You certainly don't want to be running all of your code, your organizational asset, which is your code, in a crusty, falling apart, barely functions, doesn't get any support anymore, right? Because the environments are old, version of anything. So if you can get it up to the cloud, get it into that fully supported, fully maintained environment where, in this case, Microsoft do all the updates, they take it forward, they engineer the product, they do the support and maintenance and load and everything, disaster recovery, just everything. They take care of it. And it costs you what, $4 per user per month to get that? It's a total no-brainer. So getting up to the cloud, doing those things. We've also done a lot of migrations from TFS to Git, from Git to TFS, sorry, GitHub, TFS to GitHub, GitHub to TFS. I even did a migration once from Azure DevOps to TFS. I assume somebody in the organization went without permission and took all the stuff up to Azure DevOps, and there's no way back from Microsoft's perspective. So yeah, there's loads of reasons why companies ask me to do migrations. Some of them are good reasons, some of them are not so good reasons, and sometimes we'll push back quite heavily and say, look, this is not. I get a lot of calls for backup, right? You don't need to back up Azure DevOps. Microsoft back it up for you. They have disaster recovery. They have copies of the tape. They have all of that stuff for you, and they're all the ISOs compliant for the level of recovery that you're paying for. So there's no need for you to do that. So we push back really heavily on that, but we've also done it because the customer really insists that they want a backup, and sometimes you're going to do that. So there's lots of good reasons, lots of bad reasons to move data around in Azure DevOps, but it's irrelevant. People want stuff done the way they want it done, and sometimes you need to do that. And yeah, we help them out doing that.